All right, so today we are going to take a look at doing the color chairs painting and getting that set up with different layers, how to use different layers to get some different effects. So I'm going to start with my Sketchbook app right here. You can see the layers, which is what we're talking about today, are kind of over here on the right-hand side. I'm going to import my photo by tapping this icon up here on the top, the little picture with a plus. And here's my color chairs, bam. Okay, I can resize this with my fingers and make it the size that I want, right about there. Great, I'm going to hit done. Perfect. Now what I want to do is I'm going to start by taking the photograph layer and I'm going to put it down here at the bottom. Now I have this layer that I'm going to use probably for grass. I'll make another one for chairs, and I'm going to start with another one for bushes. So let's start off with the grass. I'm going to go right here, and what I want to do is I'm going to pick a color. I'm already kind of on a green, but I'm going to grab the color picker right here. I'm going to move down over this grass and get kind of a grassy green. So now I've got a brush here that I've picked out. This is called a synthetic oil brush in the basic set. I've got it set pretty big, but I think this should be pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I can tap the photo, lower the opacity. Now you got to make sure you go back to your other layer. And now I'm just going to start to paint on some grass. This is actually a little bit darker, a little bit smaller than I would have liked, to be honest. Let's make this a little lighter, and I can just go in and I can do some more. This is a nice brush because it just sort of blends with the other green after a while. I'm still not too happy with this. It's almost got a little more gray in it. Ooh, there we go. I'm just using some nice long brush strokes here to get my grass down. You see how it kind of blends a little bit? I like that. It's a good brush. Like so. Now you'll notice I just painted my grass. I just went right over the chairs. It's fine. You'll see why here in a second. So now if I turn off the photo, I can see my grass layer, and I can even go in and I can touch it up just a little bit here. Perfect. So I'm going to turn that back on. Now I'm going to make one of the chairs. So watch this. I tap the eye on my grass layer, turn off the grass layer. I'm going to tap this next layer up. And what I'm going to do is paint the red chair. So I'm going to grab my color picker again, drag down here and grab this red. Now I see it made it a little bit more of a pink. I want really more of a red. So I'm going to go nice bright red here. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go into, and I'm just going to do a real quick job. This red is really bright, and this brush is a little bigger than I would like. Oh, there we go. Perfect. I'm going to paint those red parts of this chair. And then the bottom of the chair is a little darker, so I'm going to go a little darker. Go in and paint these areas. Kind of messed it up a little there. Legs. And those back areas are really dark. Let's do those. Just boom, 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 something like that. There's also a little bit of a shadow under the chair, so I'm going to do that as well. Just kind of, ooh boy, that's really dark. Well, I can always blend that later. But now, watch what happens if I turn on the grass layer. There it is. Because my grass layer is under the chair, the grass shows up under the chair. I can turn off my photograph layer, and I can see my chair, and I can see my grass, and it looks pretty good. I'm going to turn this back on. I'm going to turn off my grass layer. Now on this layer, I'm going to do some bushes. So again, I'm going to grab the color picker, and I'm going to grab some green from bushes. That's a little gray. I'll make it a little more green, just because I want my bushes to be more green. And now I'm going to make this nice and big, because for this bushes, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to dab it in. Dot, dot, dot. You can probably hear me doing it. And look, I'm just going to go right over my chair. It's fine. I can even go a little bit under the grass. Now, to make my bushes a little more realistic, I'll go a little bit darker and add some extra texture. Ooh, boy, that went really dark. I'll survive. Now, if I turn the grass layer back on, and I turn off the photo, my bushes are over my chair. Just grab the chair over here in the layer panel and move it up, and look, now my chair is over the bushes. So what I would do is continue working on these different elements, the different parts of the photograph. Okay, I might actually end up with I might actually end up, for example, with a separate layer for these chairs back here in the back. I might have a separate layer for different bushes. You're definitely going to have a separate layer for the building back here in the background. I've even seen students make separate layers for each one of the chairs on its own layer. So however you want to do it. Okay, do a good job, fill in the details, make sure to use color and texture appropriately, and have fun.